Alright, hello party people, everybody out there on the internet. This is a little bit of a different thing going on today. I am doing what I like to call a meditative skate. Um, so this is going to be a little bit weird. So what I'm going to do is you're going to see a long form jam session. I'm not editing anything out, mainly because I'm too lazy. Because for me, rollerblading is this meditative thing. I've been skating for nearly 20 years, and this is pretty much my one relief from a lot of things. And I just want to talk about some things while I'm skating here. And so, hope you enjoy. So the first thing I did right off the bat was a soul. For whatever reason, now all of a sudden, soul has become my comfort trick. On low stuff, it's no longer porn star. Porn star is still my safety trick for tall rails, but for whatever reason now, soul has become the first trick that I do. The day that I'm recording this jam session, had a very particular fun day on the job. For those of you who don't know, I have a PhD and I teach at college. And as much as I love it so, there are days where I get incredibly grumpy about the things that go on. Yeah, this is going to be a little weird. I feel like this is going to be like the less pretentious, more awkward version of the end of Brain Fear Gone with Dustin Latimer and Shane Coburn, because I remember when I first saw that film, they sort of took me aback. I'm like, what on earth are they doing? Because that school where they do that, that whole run of his, is Canyon del Oro High School in Tucson, Arizona, and I used to skate that a lot back in the day. And I was mad because I was in the service at that point, because I actually picked up skating in the service. And when the Mind Game team came through Arizona, they stopped in Tucson, and I was in the field for that. I was mad. My friend David Gunkel actually got to be there at the filming, as well as a couple other guys I know, like Nate Hurst and that were there when Dustin did that run through. But yeah, hopefully this isn't as yeah, like I say, pretentious or as weird as that. I don't know. I still think that's a good idea. Like, I don't know if any of you who were watching this saw the Eugen edit of him just long form rolling down through a city in Germany. And like, I'm waiting for him to start talking about stuff, but he never did. I don't know if they want to say that's a direct influence of this. It's probably not. It's just, I don't know, something came over me when I was skating. It's like, you know what? Why don't I just let people see just like what a jam session is, unedited, how I go about my skating, and just how I'm feeling. Because like I say, this is a rare day. this is skating on a weekday. I normally don't get to do that, and I was fortunate enough that I didn't have anything that I had to stay late for at my job, and I was feeling a certain way, like I just need to skate, because I don't know, like I don't like to talk about, I don't want to talk about personal things, but just all I know is that when things get to be too much in terms of stress levels, this has always been there for me. Rolling has been, God, I'm even starting to sound like Shane Coburn. I'm not trying to sell the rolling brand here. Rollerblading has been This thing for me that has always helped clear my mind, regardless. Um, it has always been there for me in the 20 years that I have skated. Uh, I can't tell you how many just difficulties that I may have gone through. Wow, I did an in spin there. I must have been really feeling it. I must have been extra uh, grumpy that I'm pulling an in spin like that. Um, but I kind of lost my train of thought there. That sucks. But no, rollerblading has been that one thing for me. Like I say, I picked it up while I was in the service. I even started skating as an old person. I started skating when I was 20, back in 1999. I picked it up shortly after I returned from Egypt. Uh, I was I was stationed in the Mubarak military city for 6 months, and I got a new roommate by the name of Jason, and he was a skateboarder. And on post, we had a skate park, and I went with him just to see him skateboard. And I saw some kids rollerblading, and I asked some questions about it. And they told me a little bit. They couldn't have been no older than 10. And I was like, well, that looks like something I could do. And I remember I got one of my hazardous duty paychecks from Egypt, and I took it and I bought a pair of Solomon ST8s from Play It Again Sports. And yeah, that was my first pair. There's no documented footage, I don't think, of me skating those skates. Now there is documented footage of some other people skating those skates, because I remember my second pair of skates were Razor's John Elliott's. God, I miss those skates. They're so good. I'm like, ooh, wheel bite. That's a rarity, especially in those freestyle skates. Go figure. I'm even looking at the camera like, what just happened? But no, I had given those skates to the kids in the junior division, like my friend Travis and my friend Sean, till they got skates their own size that they could be committed to. Yeah, those skates went through all sorts of crap. I even modded them to become UFS, which is something you really don't advise at all. But I did. Look at me going through some switch ups now. Sold to a switch top porn star. Going through that, but yeah, I must be feeling a little bit that I'm starting to throw in switch ups. Like the soul to switch alley soul has always been one of my go-tos when it comes to soul switch ups. I don't know, I enjoy it. One thing I want to start learning here soon is I want to start learning more switch tricks, like just regular switch tricks, like a regular switch soul, Mizu, horn, things like that. I wouldn't mind learning alley-oop switch tricks, or alley-oop, not just alley-oop switch tricks, but alley-oop negative switch tricks. Like I think there's a possibility for it, or at least like an alley-oop negative Mizu switch, or even an alley-oop switch kind grind. But like that's the thing. I like you can even see it. Like even when I foul up the whole thing, I'm smiling. That's something that I love about skating. Like no matter what, I usually got a smile on my face. Outside of, I should give that caveat, outside of when I'm street skating, specifically when I'm doing a harder trick. Because I still have this. I don't know if anybody else still has this mentality. Because I don't know. For me, there was never a period in my life where I had quit skating. And like I know, like a lot of people close to my age are coming back after years of not skating. But I've never stopped. There have been times when I had to slow down, like when I was getting my PhD in North Dakota, because there wasn't a whole lot there, or times when I just had to have slow down for whatever reason. But I had never quit. I was still trying to get out at least once a week. Or once every 2 weeks, depending on things, because North Dakota, I mean, I had skated in negative 10 degree weather, which isn't as bad as it sounds, because negative 10, wow, I was kind of excited for that. I don't normally get that animated when I do a trick, except when I nail something huge. So, oh look, you can see the oil on the garage, that's great. Whatever. Like I said, long form, don't really care. I'm just rambling here. And if you're sticking with it this far, wow, you're almost as bored as I am. Good on you for not having a life. Anywho, back to what I was talking about. Yeah, I mean, there had been times where I had pauses, and basically what I call maintaining. Like, I wasn't doing anything street level, and when I consider street level is doing handrails and that, because North Dakota, especially where I lived, in Grand Forks, there really is only one rail that I could skate. And, yeah, that was it. And, I mean, it took me a while just to do it. There is footage on another video channel of mine, where you can see that. But, I don't recommend looking it up. But yeah, I mean, like another thing here, like this grind box. I've had this grind box for going on, excuse me there, going on, what, 2 years now? I made it 1.5 feet tall because I felt that was a more comfortable height, because it's not too low, but it's also not too high. Wow, I did a top porn there. I must have been feeling something. Top porn used to be my safety topside trick. But when I used to do them back in the day, they pretty much look like they're called boardwalks, which are topside sidewalks, and yeah, it was notoriously ugly. If you saw my commentary on my very first video from the ashes, you would see what I'm talking about there. Oh yeah, let's just have a break here and enjoy some nice Powerade Zero. Powerade Zero, no sugar, and still gives you electrolytes you need. Thank you for that pointless sponsorship, Sam. Way to go. Too lazy to even take the plastic off around it. Jeez, crow, what were you thinking, boy? Anywho, back to this whole thing. I always wanted to keep a practice, like a grind box or something like that. I attempted to make a P-rail. I mean, you can probably see it in some footage elsewhere, but I built it and I wasn't content with it at all. For some odd reason, it weirded me out, and that thing was no higher than like my ankle. But with this thing, which is, you know, shin height, almost knee height on me, I have no problem skating it. And that's always been an object of mine. I just don't understand why I've always been like that. It's like that with rails for whatever odd reason. Like, I can skate handrails, but for some odd reason, certain handrails just freak me out. Like, I have this, like, I know I want to do them, and, like, say, just doing a porn star on them is not too bad. It might take me a couple tries, but I'll get it. But for whatever reason, just like trying to sole it might just put me in a terror, which I've never understood. Like, why is that? It's like, I should be able to do this. I can sole pretty much anything. I mean, I have clips of mine where I'm grinding stuff that is chest high, but for some odd reason, grinding something waist high or lower sometimes for a sole is almost impossible. Never understood that. Oh, you can hear my wheels. Yeah, there's something wrong with the bearings. I ordered some new wheels. I have dead wheels on right now, but I'm about to put on some red eye wheels. I'm going to give those a shot. They're a little bit softer than dead wheels. I like hard wheels. Hard wheels, I love the durometer on them. It takes a lot for them to start wearing down, and I've enjoyed them. Apparently the bearings on this one just aren't taking, so apparently, excuse me, you foul little beast. So I've got some red eye wheels with some 50-50 bearings, so next time I skate, hopefully that'll go away, whenever I get the time to actually put those on. Another thing you might have noticed as I'm skating here is the shirts that I wear, and you probably have noticed this throughout all the time that you see me skate. Like, I do not wear skate shirts anymore. I mean, I still have some nice skate shirts. Like, I still have some original Mind Game clothes, some Senate, Ground Control, amongst other things, but I've decided not to wear them anymore. Mainly because they're all 20 years old, but the other thing is, shortly after my father's death, what I did was I decided to, well, first of all, start this channel. So if you've ever watched the channel trailer, you get a bit of an explanation on that. But I mean, you can still see it on the back of my right skate, how I have a memorial to my father on there, as well as every shirt that I skate now is one of his Harley shirts. Throughout my life, I have been to a lot of places, and wherever I've gone, if I can find a Harley Davidson store, I would buy a shirt. And my father was very particular about this stuff. I had to buy, if I bought him a shirt, it had to have a pocket in the front, mainly for his cigarettes. My father was a bit of a smoker, putting it lightly. I mean, Marlboro used to send him 2 packs of cigarettes every year for his birthday. So yeah, they loved him over there at Philip Morris. But yeah, I always wear a Harley Davidson shirt of his, because I primarily bought them all for him. So that he had shirts from all around the country. Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Tennessee, Maryland, Pennsylvania, both Carolinas, Georgia, just Ohio, like wherever I'd go, I'd buy him one. So he always has. Now that he no longer has need of them, I've taken most of them. There's still a good pile of them back at my house in Pennsylvania, but I've taken a good chunk of them now, and I wear them for skating. Primarily to honor him. Which is also the reason why I have long hair now. He had long hair, He used to keep his in a ponytail, and it came halfway down his back. I don't know if I'll ever go that long with the hair, although my hair now can be put in a ponytail. I don't know how my mother's going to react when she finds out about that, but I don't care. I'm in my 40s. She can get over it. But I'm starting to look more and more like my father, and I don't know how you want to consider that, if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I definitely like to think I'm a little bit healthier than he was. Ooh, I must have been adventurous this day because went for a top soul to true spin porn. Whew. That's saying something here. That's another thing that I had issues about. You'll notice that sometimes, even though it looks like I've landed a trick, I'll go for it again and again. Because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I don't want to say that I have like the Philly standard or anything like that, considering I did do most of my skating in Pennsylvania, even though I lived on the western side of the state. One thing that I know about myself is, like, and anybody who's ever skated with me, particularly most guys that I've skated with now, like John over in Dalton, Georgia, and others that I've skated with. Well, no, my friend Richard. Most of you may know him as Roughwood at JTL. Can attest to the fact that I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Like, if I don't feel like I did the trick right, then I'm gonna keep doing it. Like, I just get really picky at times, and I don't want to say it's like akin to that Philly standard, but there are times when I feel like I have to do it again, even if I've nailed it. I mean, that's not always the case. There will be times when I just finally do a trick and I'm happy it's done. But I've always been a bit of, well, if I can speak now, be a bit of a perfectionist. That's part of my curse, and it's also a dangerous part of my mentality when it comes to skating, because I should know better at this point. That I am in my 40s. I'm 41, and I'm still trying to skate like I'm 20, which is not a bad mentality to have, but I should also realize that there are real life consequences to that kind of stupidity where I have that mentality. I mean, yes, I have a job with that provides insurance and whatnot, and if I do get hurt in some way, shape, or form, I'm covered. But I also have this mentality that, that if I don't skate and if I'm not pushing myself, am I really getting anything out of it? Like, oh, hell, I'll admit it. I don't care. I've gone through counseling about... Ooh, look at that. Switch true top sole. Man, I must be on the jazz today. But, and one thing that the counselor told me was that out of everything that I do, apparently rollerblading has been that one thing that actually brings me genuine joy. Because I have done a lot of things, apparently. Like, because I don't see what I do as accomplishments. Like, good gravy. I have a PhD. There's only 2% of the entire U.S. population that has such a thing. I didn't even smile for it when I got hooded. It's like, yeah, this is a thing I did. Whatever. But by God, I do a porn to front side on a nice rail somewhere. Oh, I'm smiling ear to ear. and it's like, yeah, that's that's genuine joy. Like, I don't know. To me, apparently, I feel like any old fool can get their PhD. Um, like I don't even make it a point that everyone has to call me doctor, because I just don't care. Um, but for whatever reason, and I guess when she explained it to me, rollerblading has always brought me that real joy. Um, like, apparently, for whatever, I don't know if it's because I'm essentially taking risk or what, but that that momentary test of fear and landing something brings me more joy than I've been published academically. I have um, various uh, professional standings. Like, right now, I'm the vice chair of a national caucus for the National Communication Association, like the big thing in our field. And that doesn't even like impress me, or yeah, I'm just doing it. Like, most people, ooh, there I go. That's better. Not entirely, but oh no, I guess I wasn't. I guess I didn't like the feel of it. See, that's what I talk about, that perfection. But like I say, it's that, like, I don't get that. Oh no, I must have been impressed by it because I went for another trick. Yeah, it's like I go usually when I'm about to wrap up a session. I'll go for some tricks that make me feel good. Like, I love a good alley-oop soul. They just feel so good. Just something about them that just, when you nail one right. Okay, I don't know what I was trying there. I don't know if I was trying to do a zero shuffle, or what. But whatever. But I mean, that's, like I say, all these supposed accomplishments that I've done, and I still, this makes me feel better than anything. Um, yeah, just a simple soul, and then trying to do a mute grab. I mean, that's been a thing I've tried to incorporate over the last year, where I try now, like, as much as I can, if possible, when I come out of a grind, like, to do a grab trick of some sort. Like, I don't care if it's like a mute, a safety, a Liu Kang, an abstract, just something. Um, as a way of just adding a little bit more technical um, things into it. And yeah, just wheel bite again. That's weird. But yeah, like I say, this has been sort of enjoyable. Like I say, if you've made it this far, where you've got just about 2 minutes left, God bless you. I don't know how you sit here and listen to me ramble on about my life and my thoughts on rollerblading, but God bless you for doing it. This is more boring than DVD commentaries, but apparently, if you got into this point, God bless you. If you got to this point where you got well, I've got like a minute and 50 seconds left. If you got into this point at 29:15, just write, "Hey, I made it 29:15. I'm that bored." Just leave that in the comments, because that would tell me someone actually watched to this point to get that. Oh yeah, now I'm trying to really hot dog it. Because I haven't done that in the longest time, doing a soul grind to 540 out. Um, the last time I think I did that was 2010, when Richard, aka Raw Footage ATL, made my last street edit before I made Moss back, which is no longer available, which bums me out. I love that video that he did of me. He made, I mean, he made me look like a grizzled old man in that, but it was still really good. Um, when I saw him in Chattanooga here over Thanksgiving, I asked him about it, and yeah, he didn't. He said he would get it to me, but I haven't seen it. And then I saw here on Facebook Memories that he showed me the link, and I went to the link, and it's not there. So, well, I guess the session's done. Probably sweat up a good storm. Yes, I still have the original Chris Farmer foot wraps, Chris Farmer ones, and I guess I'm all putting it up now. So, hope you enjoyed this. I don't know, just me rambling, whatnot. Hope it was good for you. Do all the things on social media, Horse Moment Media on Facebook, Roller Geezer on Instagram, and I will see you next time. God, I need to clean this place.